This week's Look at Sports is Jess Burton. And Jess, while we don't have much time for scores tonight, we do have a couple of baseball stories.
Yeah, not a lot of time this week, but we have some exciting stuff to talk about. The North Shore Baseball League has been a long-standing tradition in the area, but it's been over 20 years since Marblehead had a team in the league. And now this summer, a new team, the Marblehead Seasiders, will try to rekindle the passion for summer baseball in Marblehead, and I'm excited about it. The Seasiders will play their home games at Seaside Park Saturdays at 5 p.m. with opening day right around the corner on May 21st. Lifelong Marbleheader Tom Roundy is the manager of the Seasiders, and how fitting that this year is also the 100th anniversary of the Seaside Grandstand named for Tom's father, Elliot. I spoke with manager Roundy and Seasiders co-founder and general manager Joe McCain, as well as a recent MHS graduate and a baseball captain, Connor Green, on what we can expect from the Seasiders this summer and why it was so important to bring summer baseball back to Marblehead.
Well, Jess, it goes back quite a few years. It goes back, me personally, to the late 70s, the year's 1977, and my brother Sam, who was playing at Salem State at the time, did not have a team to play for in the summer. He was too old for Legion, and he basically put a team into the North Shore League. And at that time, they were named the Yachtsmen. And my dad got involved as general manager, raising money for the team, and we really enjoyed it. It was a passion play back then. You know, like I said, we almost went for 20 years. And ironically, it's 22 years past now since there's been a team in the North Shore League. And with the leader, Joe McCain, who has done an outstanding job getting us off the ground, the Seasiders have been born.
Joe, what made you want to put a team back in the North Shore League?
Well, in the summer, like last summer, he'd come by here on a beautiful day in June or July in the afternoon, no baseball. This place, Seaside Park, was meant to have good quality baseball played, and that's what I wanted to bring back. So the minute I started thinking about it, and I went to Connor's father, Bob Green, who's the head pro at Tedesco, and I said, what do you think? He said, let's go for it. And then the key was getting Connor interested, because he not only designed the hats, the uniforms, but he's recruiting kids, his contemporaries. So once I got that in place, then it was just a question of getting Park and Rec okay. We have a website, seasidersbaseball.com. I've been out in the community. I've raised over $5,000. This team will be in the North Shore Baseball League, but it'll be a true town team.
It's going to be a good combination of guys that have coached me over the years in Marblehead and I've played with, growing up in the town, and to all combine and play at Seaside again, when we're a little bit older and a little removed from high school baseball. That I think it's going to be really something special that will be good for the town and just good for the sport of baseball in the town as well.
In your 3 years out of high school, currently at Miami University, what's it going to be like to be one of the younger guys on the team this summer?
It'll be fun. I mean, a lot of guys are just a year or two older than me, but it'll be cool playing with Jason Tarasuic, for example, who coached me 4 years in high school, and he always talks about how his good old days playing in college, and see if he still has anything left in the tank. I'm sure he does, but yeah, it should be interesting. It should be a fun summer.
Well, why do you think there was such a gap? You said there was about a 10-20 year gap between teams. Why do you think that was?
Well, I just think it's such a commitment to put a team on the field in the summertime. I saw what my father had to do, and you have to have the dedicated players, and you've got to come up with money, You've got to buy uniforms, you've got to buy baseballs, you've got to pay umpires, it adds up. And you've got to make that total commitment. And I think for over that 20-year stretch, there really wasn't someone who was willing to make that commitment. And Joe McCain has come along, and he's the reason why this is happening.
I played here for the Headers back in the 60s. The Yachtsmen, with Tommy Roundy playing and managing, they were very successful. And I've done everything I can to contact former Yachtsmen, and so I'm hoping they'll come down and see games. They've contributed. They love the fact that baseball's coming back here. They have nothing but good memories about playing here for their team.
We're in the process of building our roster right now. I've been in contact with a lot of the area high school coaches, also Mike Ward at Salem State. You really need to have a quality rotation with middle relief and a bullpen in this league. This is not a recreational league. It stretches back to the late 1800s, early 1900s, and the 9 teams in this league, they play for keeps. You know, guys who are totally dedicated to improving their game, the younger players that are at the high school or college level, to the older players that are still good enough to play in this league. Their bat speed's still quick enough, the pitchers still throw hard and move the ball around, and it's a quality summer baseball league for sure.
And like John said, we're going to stay on the diamond for the entirety of Headliner Sports this week. I got a chance to check in with the Marblehead High School baseball captains since we didn't get a chance to for the spring sports preview. And although they're slumping right now, the captains seem focused to get the season back on track after 2 really bad losses.
All right, Spencer, overall, how do you feel the season's going?
We started good. We're 5-0, and recently we've kind of been losing some focus. We've been letting up a lot of runs. You know, we're not playing like we usually play. So right now, starting today, we're practicing hard. We'll be here for a while, and we're going to get back on track and ready for Winthrop tomorrow. So I think we're doing good.
What can you guys do to get back on track?
I think Spencer touched on it a little. We just need to focus up a little more. And I mean, we started off the season well and we were playing well, and I think we just need to get back to that. And I think if we get a win or 2 under our belts, it'll just go back to being how we were.
And as a captain, how are you going to be able to keep the guys focused and regain that confidence?
You know, the coaches, we got smart coaches that, you know, give us a lot of wisdom, a lot of good information, you know, preach that, and then, you know, just tell them to keep fighting.
And now you've struggled recently, a couple straight shutouts offensively, and you've given up a lot of runs. What are the mistakes that you guys can correct?
You know, we just got to be confident. You know, our confidence wasn't there. You know, we're letting things unfold. We make one mistake, and then, you know, we're letting that, you know, get bigger and permeate throughout the entire team. So one mistake, you got to bounce back. You got to play confident. You know, it's baseball. It's a tough game. You got to just find that confidence.
Keep fighting, Tim. And what's a crucial game on the schedule, and how can you guys prepare to get back in it?
It might sound cliche, but the next game is the most important. I mean, tomorrow against Winthrop's a huge game. It's a conference game. But, you know, the rest of the week's really important, too. We come back in Danvers. You know, it's real redemption shot at night, so it's going to be a big game. We need to play well there. We have 2 here on Saturday, so that's going to be huge to remain focused through 2 games. So this week is huge for us going forward.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Jess. And that concludes this week's Headliner. I'm John Caswell, and on behalf of the entire news team here at MHTV, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.